Yo, 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 what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all some time to tune in. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this live. I just felt like this needed to be talked about too as well. This is another way on trying to get our community back the right and proper way. But first things first, hope everybody had a blessed and productive Wednesday. Hopefully, everybody was able to get through the day, get home, be safe around the loved ones. We almost to the weekend, as you see. Definitely appreciate those who tuned into the live earlier this afternoon. Appreciate those who popped up on the backup. Some of y'all were missing, but it's all good. In need of blessings. It's crazy. The one thing I feel is relevant now, and it should be relevant. How do you battle homelessness and mental health? Because we seeing this on a day in and day out. Yugen, what's going on? Something we definitely gonna have to figure out because today I just watched something. Actually, this happened a little bit after the music. Actually, um, I'm hearing nothing but yelling and screaming and craziness. And come to find out, dude with mental health out and about crying, screaming, he lost his phone. Now, if I wouldn't have got a good look at him, I wouldn't have realized this was the same one I just almost had a confrontation with a couple weeks ago. And the sad part is that he almost got his head split open just because it seemed like he was, kind of in a frenzy. You got people that just moved into that new building. They don't know what's really going on. But this is something that really needs to not be a factor no more in this hood. I'm sorry. The ones that they know need help and the serious help, got to get them off the streets. Got to. Because they're not just a damage to themselves, they're a damage to others. And the sad part about it all is even if the janitor would have actually connected and hit that dude in his head, he would have been going to jail. Meanwhile, this dude would have been slipping right back through the system because of his mental health. This is why I'm saying, what do we do to try to get that, rectified? You would hate to see one of these people getting hurt or possibly killed, especially if they can't really help what's going on in their head. But then again, you know, they need to be in the right places. They need to be getting the right type of care, period. Well, guess what? When the government don't care, the people who know them best are supposed to care. Because again, nobody should be out. Nobody should be out like that. My thing is, the only thing that I'm kind of happy about is that it wasn't one of them cold, cold winter days. 'Cause I don't think he'd have really made it. I don't think he'd have made it. He probably wouldn't have been the way he was outside earlier, no shirt, no sneakers, just sweatpants. Yeah, he would have froze out here if it was the old New York City cold winter like we used to. He'd have been freezing out here. What's going on, baby? It's crazy because this dude damn near got his head split open. And I wouldn't have blamed the dude to a degree for hitting him only because you scaring the people that just got in this building. Plus, you keep coming back and forth after I asked you nicely not to come back over here. It's a hit and miss out there. It's like he literally walked around that whole big ass block screaming, "Fuck! I lost my cell phone." This dude has never had a cell phone. Mine now, this is the same person I had a confrontation with a couple weeks back, shaking on the gate, acting a fool. And then the minute I decided I was going to get gangster with him, he wanted to walk off. But this is the problem. Nobody wants to have to get that confrontational with those type of people because we know where it's going to land. They need to start putting funding back, or we got to start funding ways to try to get these people the adequate help they need. I'm sorry, because they are really becoming a danger now. And then, like I said, the more that they're basically closing down and cutting off these programs, they putting them more and more in the streets. It's bad enough you got a homeless problem when you got some of them who already are suffering. But then you got to put out the people who literally need to be housed, need to be watched 24/7, cared for 24/7. And it's sad because now if they commit a crime, the most they gonna get crazy house, and they gonna literally be in the G building until whenever they feel they fit to leave out. That's not really helping them either. Hopefully not, Anita. Like I said, keep your faith strong and prayers. Don't say that. Never know. For all you know, you could be a blessed one. Got to keep the energy up, though, sis. I think it's sad though because that situation could have went either way. And then again, you know, that would have been a waste of time to a degree anyway. But it's sad when you don't even know if they literally are on papers or if they just having an episode. It's hard to tell sometimes. Cosmology, what's going on, bro? You don't want to see damage come to them people. You definitely don't. But if y'all not trying to open back up these damn facilities and give them that proper care and shit that they need, trust me, it's going to be a problem. It's already becoming a problem because now they are sliding in with the homeless who already, some of the homeless we know are not just from situations that happened with the last few years or so. Some of these homeless people have mental health from either shell shock from being from fighting any type of war and not getting the proper treatments. That's what I'm saying. That's when it's worse. You don't want to mess around. You have a situation with one of these people suffering from them crises right there. And if you end up having to kill him, you come to find out he could have served in this country or he could have did something. Now what? You know, you don't know how they gonna take that. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I believe so in some degree. It's not always a factor because there's other things that could trigger PTSD, bro. Simple. Sometimes the simplest triggers could be either a place, it could be a certain action. Don't necessarily have to be music. You know, you be in a spot where something traumatic happened to you that could cause it. You remember something, or you distinctly remember seeing something that could cause it. So multiple different factors could cause that. We know when it comes to those who have been in a war, most times they gonna get their PTSD from certain sounds. Like if it sounds like gunshots, grenades, anything explosive, they're gonna go crazy. I've seen one or two of them do it. That's why I was spazzing out one summer about these damn fireworks. Not even the summer, it was winter time, dead in the winter, and you still letting off mad fireworks. You are causing some of these people to lose their minds. They don't like those sounds at all. So a lot of different things that can cause somebody's PTSD. We don't know what caused this dude's PTSD today. We don't even know if he, like I said, we don't know if he's on papers or if he's just somebody who is going through an episode. But it'd have been crazy if he'd have got his head split open. I'm telling you that janitor looked like he was ready to crack his ass one good time, and I'm just like, damn, that situation could have got crucial. There are a lot of different triggers, trust me. For some, it could be music. Others, like I said, it could be sounds, it could be places, could be smells, could be anything. Sometimes a person could be triggered just by a specific touch, depending on what traumatic experience happened. But again, when it's that crucial, as far as like we don't know what homie situation was, but a person like him that's literally walking around and just sweats, no sneakers, no nothing, yeah, he shouldn't be out in society because he's gonna be a harm not to himself but to others. And some people ain't going to give a damn about what his triggers or what any of that shit could be, especially if they feel a type of way. Yo, James, salute, bro. Y'all already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. This is a question that needs to be asked, because again, we can't hold them accountable for whatever's going on mentally with them. We can't hold them accountable. We can, but some of them still might not even fully understand what the hell is going on. And those that do understand what's going on, it's almost gonna be like you're re-triggering them again because now they're gonna feel that sorrow. They're gonna feel the fact that they probably did something they wasn't supposed to be doing, or they know they didn't have no control of. It's another way to start triggering them. Well, see, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just like you said, Anita, sometimes you have to. Sometimes you're gonna have to let out whatever is stressing you out. You're gonna have to let it out. Doesn't matter if you're crying. Doesn't matter if you're angry. Shoot, it don't matter if you take music, poetry, whatever. Anything that you feel is gonna help you get out that aggression and get out however you feeling. Let it out. See, the same way there's multitudes of ways for people to catch PTSD or get triggers, the same way they can try to take that aggression out in the right way. There's options for that too. Some people instead of going to, they'll take boxing, they'll do some other sport, they'll do football, basketball, anything that's going to help them release that anger and stress or just help them get out of that depressive mode. That's what they're going to do. No doubt, Wilma. I see you. That's crazy, Anita. See, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason why I brought this up today too, I was gonna bring it up earlier, but I'm not gonna interrupt the music vibes. You know that shit. Like, come on. Yeah, it definitely can be. Not even just crying, bro. Sometimes you're gonna have to let out that aggression. Whether it's fucking ripping the pillow, doing something, you know. As long as you're not going the opposite direction, as long as you're not popping pills, doing something else along those lines, because those can even re-trigger you and make you feel a type of way. You know, most you want to do is find the most positive outlet for you as far as letting out that aggression or letting out that hurt and pain. And some people are gonna hold in enough pain until they feel like they've had enough. You know? And sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you, you need to cry. I don't care how tough you are, you're gonna need to cry because that shows that you do still have humanity. And sometimes it just does feel good. Once you get it all off, you know for a fact, all right, I'm at least at peace for now. And then you could get a clear head and you could get back to what you was doing before. Yeah, like if you know you're going through a depressive state, unless you taking your medication, I don't think you should be taking anything else. I don't think you should be popping Molly's and all that other shit. No. I don't think you should be mixing medications anyway because that's always going to have a everlasting side effect for some reason. Yeah, I know. Some people are going to be irritable, Anita. Not going to lie to you. They are. You know, when you're not getting the proper rest and then you trying to, but it's like you either being disturbed or you got other things to do. Yeah, it could be like that. Trust me, almost everything you saying, I done been down that road, minus the fact that I know for a fact, I know what it is with me. It don't got nothing to do with nothing. I'm just short tempered. That's it. I'm very short tempered. That's only because I have a short tolerance for ignorance and dumb shit. You know, it's always good to cry. It's always good to vent. You know, and when you're around the proper people to do so, trust me, it'll feel good. You can't just vent around everybody. And sometimes you might get a random person that might just know what you're going to do, and they might just actually sit there and tell you, let it out, get it all out. No, crying is not just for sadness. Crying could be for joy. Look at it. I done seen people cry as soon as they first born kids. So they didn't see their firstborn kids. That's crying. Crying, you could cry for enjoyment, cry for pain and agony, cry because you scared. So a lot of different ways. It ain't just sad. But most of the time, you're either going to get tears of happiness because somebody is, bringing life into the world, or somebody could be getting married, somebody probably graduated, so on and so forth. Those are the tears that you would like most of all. Even if they started off as negative energy, you would want it to end up in positive tears. Sometimes you won't have to take even the illest negatives and turn it into a positive. You got to see it that way. No, I'm saying because I'll be honest with you. Um, I'm just looking at the chat again. Many people associate crime with sad. Big facts, bro. See, you almost on the same. Me and you almost hit the same note with the same damn thing. It's the truth. Sometimes once you get out a good cry, because think about it. Say for example, you done went through something within the last 2 weeks. You might have had two deaths in the family. You probably going through some shit at work. You probably going through something with your significant other. Everything is clamoring left and right, and you holding that shit in. At some point, you gonna cry. When you cry and let that shit out, you gonna feel a little bit better. It's almost like a euphoria to a degree. You're gonna definitely feel better because now you done got off all of that tension off your chest the way you need to. And some people ain't going to shed a tear for a minute. That's how strong they going to try to keep everything held inside. You know. Hey, Letitia, what's going on, baby? See you in there. King Bill, what's going on? But I'll be honest, it's sad because the simplest things that could probably stop people from getting triggered, you know, we not trying to step on that. Um, I'm not going to lie. There are certain things that we feel for a fact we should pay attention to. At least until some of these people are able to get back into these facilities where they could get the proper care and treatment. But while they on the streets, you're just gonna have to keep a mindful eye out for them. Because again, that situation earlier could have turned crazy. Now you'd have had one laying up in the hospital, probably getting ready to be back out in the streets after a little bit. Other one would have been locked up for defending himself or defending where he work at. That's the sad part about it. And some people are gonna hold in enough. Just remember that. All it takes is one good episode or one good instance for them to definitely have an episode. But you got to remember, you are human. You still do have emotions, and there's only so much you can hold in. Sometimes you got to let it out, even right then and there. Stress is almost still the number one killer, if not one of the highest killers for everybody. You got too much stress on your heart, stress on the brain, you breaking down, you not sleeping right, you not eating properly. Like those things could kill you. Just think about it. Imagine your mental health breaking down your actual body to the point where now you got mental and physical health problems. You don't want those two for a combination. Don't nobody do. I think did I do it? My fault. I didn't do it, did I? No, I didn't. I'm looking at something, y'all. My bad. I thought I did that already. I'm gonna drop the link in a minute in case anybody wanna chime in on this. I feel this is a topic because how do you combat that situation when they getting dumped on the streets? How do you keep yourself from not probably having to hurt one of them in case one of them are getting too, you know, they're getting too hostile? I mean, you still have to protect yourself at the end of the day, right? But that is a question. Yo, Ryder, what's going on, bro? The only reason why I asked that question is because I'm just looking at that situation earlier because I was literally walking the dog and seeing that shit, and I said, "Damn, that could have went sideways." Because now the janitor does have something to defend himself, but we don't know if the other dude had a knife on him or not. So it could have went either way. But it's just like, how do you combat these situations? And what's the best way to combat them without having to hurt one of them? At least until there's a way to get them back into these facilities again, or open up some facilities for them to get that damn treatment. Prime, you always coming out the damn corner. You shadow hugger. I'm telling you, you an old head. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Y'all just be shadow hugging out of nowhere. But it's all good, baby. Carrie Ann, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well with you. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm saying that is a good question. How do you combat that? Because in a situation like that, you definitely don't want to have to hurt nobody, especially in this day and age right now. Because guess what? We see how some people are just moving by emotion and not by logic. You know, you would hate to hear that, oh, this person got killed or this person got beat up real badly, and then you find out either they on papers. Now your ass, you can't defend that. In some states you ain't gonna be able to defend when you put your hands on anybody that's either autistic, anybody that has mental health. You're not gonna be able to really beat that. Not unless you had witnesses sitting right there at the time when shit was going on. Sometimes they go to automatically assume, especially if they are on paper and through the government on paper. We put this up for fair use again. They'll mess around and try to hit you with a charge on some bullshit. Like, and you was probably defending yourself. That's why I said at some point, when do you start getting them back into these buildings? Or when do you start opening up new facilities for them to go to? They can't be on the streets. They honestly can't. Word, that's not my fault. I told you, it's not my fault. Yeah, Carrie Ann, that's good people's right there. And I know I owed her birthday shout out, so I was giving her that. I was supposed to do that last night when I went live, but it slipped my mind. Only because the idiocracy that we always talking about, but no, I had to make up for it. Exactly. We keep telling Anita that I'm about to elbow drop Anita. Come in. I need you to come here real quick, Anita. Come here. Come to the front of the podium, please. Come to the front of the podium. Come to the front, baby. Hey, yo, Chef, what's going on, bro? Sometimes there's ways to try to, even when it comes down to depression, okay, you got some people who are not on the high level of, going through specific mental health or PTSD triggers. Some people really just need to cry, like I said, vent, meditate, do something. Shoot, sometimes music even soothes. I'm telling you, certain music will soothe you. All you gotta do is just think about something calm you want to listen to and listen to it. Even if it's gentle sounds of nature, whatever. I've seen some people do that. That helps. You're definitely trying to get back in tune with whatever energy that you had before the negative came in. You basically trying to clear everything you need to clear out. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? Rachel, what's going on, sis? I see you in there. Hopefully, appreciate y'all for tuning in. But see, I could even say something like this because we know there's some people who are going to have triggers, even the ones that might come here. I'm going to make this quite clear. I don't play around when it comes to any type of mental health crises or anything. I do have an open heart and an open ear to that because, again, I literally see this shit almost every other day. And no, I'm not outside, so don't think I'm outside. These niggas just being loud as usual. 9 out of 10, they going down the way somewhere. No, and I'm saying I don't play around because I'm good to open ear in case anybody do have it. Sometimes people want to resonate, or sometimes people might not want to talk about certain things, and that's all good. The only thing I can say though is that I would never sit there and make light of anything. But in the same token, I got no choice but to get you up out of that position because then I get triggered and not in a good way. So sorry, I will still be cracking jokes and doing whatever to get you up out of that funk, whether you like it or not. That's just something I've been doing. Sonya, what's going on, baby? I see you in here. Blessings. Yeah, they definitely are, Lisa. And some of these people are out on the streets already, and that's what I'm saying. How do you combat that situation when, you know, we know some of them can't help their situation? You don't want to have to be in those dire situations where you might have to put one down. And then if you do, now you definitely gonna have that on your conscience, because you didn't want to have to do it, but then again, your life is valuable and you are supposed to protect your life at all costs. D Truth, what's going on, bro? The link is in the chat in case anybody want to chime in on the situation. Because again, that is something we need to figure out. Because that could have been a dire situation. Because I don't know if homie had anything on him or not. Besides the fact that he was just wearing sweats and barefooted, I don't know if he had something still on him or not. For all you know, when dude turned around to go back in the building, he could have turned around and poked him. That's why I said, how do you combat those situations? E Reptile, what's going on? Definitely see y'all in here. Realist, what's going on, bro? Tiny, what's going on, baby? See y'all over there. That's definitely something we need to figure out. Because there's been a couple times, I'm not going to lie, I was ready to Mike Tyson the motherfucker, but then I had to realize, damn, I think I seen this person keep going back and forth. Yeah, how the hell he keep getting out? But then when you realize that they closing a lot of these facilities, this is why a lot of them are out now. And then again, they're blending in with the people who are already homeless with mental crisis. So now, it's an uphill battle again. How do you do that? Yo, Amos, what's going on? See y'all in here. Definitely. Yeah, that's the one thing. You got to, because certain crises is not always the same. You know, some could be mild, some could be severe for real. The ones that are severe, those are the ones that definitely need to be housed back in these facilities. The ones that are like barely mild, you could say, or low frequency, basically, they tolerable. You can deal with them. There's way the only thing they want is somebody to just listen to them and vent. It is what it is. But for those who are very hostile, they don't need to be out in society or in the public, at least until they could get to one of those calms where they could be out. Sorry. They could be a danger to themselves, mess around and hurt themselves or hurt somebody else. Or some of them do attack kids. Sorry to say, some might attack anybody if they feel that they threaten. They get triggered and they feel a type of way. I've seen it. I've seen people trying to wave machetes, do all sorts of wild stuff, and this is when I was young seeing this. So this is something that's always been out there, but it's more publicized now than it was back in the day. And it's only more publicized now because look, they're closing up a lot of these facilities. And then even when they get in trouble by the law, guess what? They're gonna go right through that revolving door and be right back out into society. So it's like it's a never ending battle. But it has to be assessed and it has to be, lightened down to some degree. Yo, Yellow, what's going on, bro? Definitely see y'all in there. Y'all choose violence on the like button on the way in. Oh shoot, I'm being nosy. I see that, Tanya. I see that. Don't worry, I'm coming for my plate, baby. And just think about it. See, I can say in New York alone, we going through it. Some of us that live in not just in the city, but in the state alone, we know what's going on. I don't know how it is in every other state. It could be a little different, but even still, how do you battle those situations if those are situations that could be occurring? Have a good one, Anita. Try to get you some rest, sis. If not, I'll still be here for a little bit. I don't know. Those is crazy situations. What you just said, Lisa. But I'm not gonna. It is sad though. Because again, these people can get triggered and they could attack any and everybody, and that's a dire situation. Because now, if you're in a situation where you might have somebody if they not toting a gun, if they toting any type of weapon that could harm or even cause death, you got to be the first line of defense, and you got to do what you feel is best. And that's the sad part about it. You shouldn't have to go that route when these people should be where they need to be at. Damn, well, you always getting caught. See, I ain't do nothing. I ain't do nothing, baby. I've been took my telekinesis off. I told you that. Oh man, thing number two got you. No. If y'all haven't done so by now, drop links and show each other some love while y'all in here. The link is in the chat, I still believe. If not, I'm gonna drop it again in case anybody want to chime in, because this is a good topic to find out. To get good fucking gotta get some good ass feedback on that one. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to. Because this could happen not just in the state of New York, this can happen anywhere. You don't want to have to be one of those people that's in a dire situation. And the question should be, do you at least try to raise funds to try to get these facilities back open? Or do we just let them keep getting thrown out in the streets like that? It's a good question to ask. Oh yeah, realist, why you here? Um, you gave what's the name of a flesh wound. You hit Lisa with a flesh wound earlier. I don't know what you was doing earlier, bro. You can't be pocket sniping no more, bro. I'm telling you that right now, bro. You can't be pocket sniping. We don't do those. We don't do those. I kind of feel you on that. I kind of feel you on that, Lisa. But it's crazy because again, you don't want to see a whole bunch of them on the streets. Like I said, you already got some of the homeless people out there who are already without their meds, if they are on meds. That's liable to, get hostile, especially in certain environments. You don't want to be in one of those situations where you might have to hurt one of them. Shit don't make no damn sense, man. In my opinion, it don't. That'd definitely be some way to try to alleviate that stress factor and alleviate that pain too. Because again, you do not want to see one of these people who can't help what's going on get hurt, especially if they don't slip through the cracks. I don't believe so, Lisa. I don't believe that lie. I think you came out with a converter box, and if you did, let me get one, baby. No doubt, Carrie Ann. And you can catch the rest of the replay. Appreciate you tuning in. Like I said, I didn't know how long I was going to be on. I just wanted to drop the pen just in case anybody wanted to chime in on that. Because what if it's a situation in your state like that? I mean, what do you try to do to combat that? Or do you just sit back and let it happen? I had to mess with you, Lisa. You left out with some sort of Wi-Fi box. You know you did. Kadari, what's going on? Nah, but that is truth though. You have to. You have to educate everybody because there's different forms of it. And then guess what? You got some of them who are actually getting intermingled because they are out in the streets. So what do you do to assess these situations and then get away from anything that could be confrontational? You know, and the realness is they really the ones who are high level. They need to be committed. They need to be indoors. They need to be sheltered. They can't be in society because it will always be an uphill battle, and this will always be a revolving door for them because it's like they could do something, possibly end up hurting somebody or killing them. And just because they don't have actions or they don't have control of their actions, they can still slip through the system and end up being right back out in society like nothing happened. Telling because you have some people who are on the streets now that are homeless. I'm gonna be honest with you, that actually have mental health issues. Some have lost apartments, houses, so on and so forth because of whatever's going on with the economy. Prime example, let me put this back up again. See, why cosmology, you gotta keep messing with me, man. And you know I'm gonna get deep with this, man. You cannot tell me that you have never seen some homeless people out there who don't have mental issues. Some of them are war vets. Some of them just, went off the deep end. Some people have already been dealing with it, but because they can't pay for their meds, they can't do the proper whatever's, they homeless, they trying to get themselves back on track. What you think is gonna happen? Being around the wrong influences, there's a lot of different ways for somebody to be out there messed up. Yeah, but guess what? I can be honest with you, Letitia. If you got some who don't really have that much of family left, then who's going to care for them? They gonna be out there. I get where you coming from with that, but you have some who do take care of their own kin when it's that crucial. But then you got those who really can't or don't have family that's literally right there too. What you gonna do? That's like if you don't got no immediate family out there, wherever the hell you living at, what you think gonna happen? They out there. Unless somebody comes scoop their asses up, they are literally gonna be out there. And it's only a matter of time for some of them to end up having a bad episode and they start going crazy. See, the only reason why I bring it up is because I know at least in New York State alone, they done closed so many damn facilities that now it's starting to get crazy. Almost all five boroughs, you can see some sort of form of mental health crisis going on, and nothing's being done to stop it. Nothing's being done to combat it. I got you. The link is in the chat. Oh, that part I know, bro. But think about some of the elders and some of the other ones who are out there on the street just like that too. That been suffering. It's a problem that I feel is happening everywhere. But again, at least in the city, how did we try to combat the situation? And if it is happening elsewhere outside of the cities, how do you still combat that situation? But the link is in the chat, bro, in case you want to pop up. I wasn't gonna be on your butt for so long. I just felt I wanted to bring that out here tonight because this definitely could be talked about. You know? All right, I got you, bro.
Peace.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, now what's going on? Yeah, I was trying to turn on the light because I know, they out here porn bombing and all of that crazy stuff. But yeah, the topic is very important, man. I was checking out the topic. It brought back memories. I don't know if you remember you in New York, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you remember when the pandemic first started, man. I remember going downtown and there was so many homeless people, roaming around. They had almost a furniture outside. So it really affected a lot of the mental ill brothers and sisters with mental illness because a lot of them had nowhere to go. They was just in the streets, just basically roaming around. You know what I mean? They had no home to go to. Some of them barely had anything to eat. So I felt real bad for them.
yeah. It's crazy. Wait, what you said, Letitia? Austin has tons of group homes. They get paid by the government to care for most of them folks. Some don't want to be there and prefer the streets. You know why they prefer the streets? Because think about it. If I gotta be in one of those facilities, as I've seen how one or two of them work. If I gotta be in a facility where even if I'm getting a check every month, right? Let's say, prime example. Let's say if I'm getting over $1,000 a month for that check. Because think about it, I can't work, and I'm still supposed to get a disability check because I am disabled. So let's say
Right.
I'm getting over that amount, right? I gotta pay to be there. Plus, they already holding my money. So if I need to go take care of certain things, I gotta ask for my money. No, I should be able to have my money, especially if I know I'm trying to go do certain things I need done. Some are not always out there trying, and then some like to be out in the streets because that's the hustle. And
Yeah.
that goes
Yeah.
to show you in some of these facilities, they are literally taking damn near everything that they got.
Yeah, I know one individual, they was taking pretty much his whole check. And I said, you pay to live here? It was like on one of those 3-quarter houses.
Yeah.
It was like 30 people shared a bathroom and the stove. And I mean, it was so crazy. Roaches around everywhere. And he was telling me they take like 600 out of his check a month. I was like, for real? And he said, yeah. I was like, wow.
Yeah, shit crazy, man. I'm telling
You
you. Hold on, let me
pretty
see. Dee
okay.
Dee, I see you in here, baby. I see y'all in here coming in the building. If y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I see you, Dee Dee. MG707, what's going on? I knew I smelled the cartwheel in the air. Liz, what's going on, baby? See you all here. Nah, but it is the crazy
Yeah.
part about it because one spot I seen, I was like, so hold on.
Wow.
You mean to tell me they basically got control of your money?
Yeah.
And even if you want to go do what you need to do because you feel you could properly do it, they only give you a certain amount. And then the
Yeah.
problem with some of them, I peeped it too. Some of them like being in the damn stores so much every day.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's like
true.
that's another thing that's but I was bugged out about it because I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way you're gonna tell me that. If that's the
Right.
case, why do I gotta keep you here? Look, I'm gonna keep you here. Listen, you got control of your money, right? But just know when you don't pay that month rent, matter of fact, here, I'm gonna just do this right here. Every month that I know you getting paid, you might as well just pay that rent money right then and there. Matter of
Right.
fact, as soon as I know you got ends in your check, if it's coming here, look here, I'm gonna break this down right here. We gonna do this.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have to keep you here for whatever here, look, you do what you're gonna do with your money, but this money that I'm taking from you is covering for you to stay here. So this is basically you ain't homeless. But if you want
Right.
to play around, we will send you somewhere else only because we don't want to take those chances.
True. True.
Kev, what's going on, bro?
No,
Definitely see you.
it could definitely be hard out there for them, especially the ones with children. Because some of them have children. Trying to show their little shorty some love, and just, it can be tough out there, especially in the wintertime. You know what I mean? Summertime, they out there doing what they do, but that winter weather, man, is definitely not good. For your skin and all that's not that healthy. So, a lot of them is out there dealing with that.
Facts. I don't blame you, Tusha. Nobody shouldn't be playing around like that, man. But the sad part is you have some people who will play like that, just like you got some people that
What's
you'd be
that?
surprised what's going on in society. No, because she was saying she's got a low tolerance for people who play like they mentally ill, but then they not in other
Right.
circumstances. Yeah, nah, because that's the way some of them are trying to play it to use like a role for case I really get into some shit. No, nigga, look here. If
Or
you
try to
ain't
beat
never
a
shown
case.
signs of that, yeah,
Try to beat a case. I remember cats, cats still do that, but I remember they was doing that on Rikers Island. This one cat had he was playing crazy, playing MO and all that.
yeah,
And he actually beat his case in like a month, but he had to wait for the doctor to clear him. He wound up staying in the MO house for like another 8 months. So, like shit, it's nothing to play with. You know what I mean?
yeah, shit's crazy. Yeah, but then again, it don't always work out because
Yeah.
if you haven't been born or even diagnosed from I'm gonna say young age, that's the only way I can see some people even beating that is if you really were suffering that throughout your whole entire existence.
Right. Right.
And you really can't,
Yeah.
you really can't control it. But then even still, some cases, no, you're gonna still have to learn. Like it's not to sound funny, but you're gonna have to still pay for those consequences. And the
Yeah.
fact that it's a revolving door, nah, they got to get up out of here. Like I'm sorry because it shouldn't be no revolving door if they are high level and they could be at risk of attacking even cops. I done seen them. I done seen some niggas wild out, try to wild out on cops.
Wow.
Listen, I watched a nigga wild out one day on the train, and the cops was just sitting there like they was calm, and I'm just looking like, wait a minute, that'd have been anybody like me or somebody else. They'd have definitely been on
Yeah.
it. But for the fact that they know, and that's what gives me notion sometimes. They be knowing who on papers and who not on papers. But
Right.
I'm like, the way they was just calm, and he was like, yeah, you ain't gonna fucking do nothing. I said, oh,
Yeah.
this nigga's about to go hand. I thought
Yeah.
he was gonna try to charge him. Nah,
What you,
that was an eerie situation because everybody else is on the
right.
train just trying to fake mind their business. I'm observing the situation. Let's see how far this is gonna go.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
interesting, right?
Cause shit turned up
Monique was
quick on them
going
subways.
Yeah, but and it could turn up real quick. I'm telling you, it could turn up real quick in the New York City minute. But it's crazy because he almost said like, yeah, I want you to touch me. Yeah, I want you to touch. And then he just started going all the way over. I'm like, oh damn. But luckily he didn't charge no. But I think I don't know. It could have went either way because as calm as they was for they probably would have said as soon as you move a certain way, we yanking your ass. Matter of fact, next time we yanking your ass off this damn train. But we gonna
Right.
do it smoothly. Cause that's the way one of them was looking like I dare him to get it. But when the next stop came, he got
Yeah.
off the train damn self and just kept
Now
it pushing. But
I was gonna say he
they
lucky he didn't run into one of them cops that don't care, you know what I mean? That's just ready
facts,
for some wreck.
facts. But see the stop I think he got off near Atlantic anyway. So those cops
Oh,
down there ain't playing that shit neither. So
yeah.
they ain't playing that.
For real.
It's sad though because those ones are the ones who are not supposed to be getting kicked out in the streets at all
Right.
because it's obvious they still have a whole lot to try to overcome and at least to try
Right.
to be back in society.
In the way that they treat them is really messed up. Because I work with an organization called Vocal. I don't know if you ever heard of Vocal, but it's in New York. And like we go to like meetings and stuff. So they was telling us that I think like a few months ago they was going to actually start like doing like a homeless raid or something like that, where they was going to be taking these people to like hospitals and places against their will, but some of them they're taken to jail, and then they're
Yeah,
charging them, giving them a fine and stuff like that. So she was basically saying that should be like against the law. So next week they're going to Albany. They're taking a trip to Albany and they're going to try to pass that bill where they're saying that's kind of like criminal itself. How are you going to charge a homeless person $30, $50 for sleeping on the street when you know how they're going to pay it?
Exactly. That means you're gonna end up putting their asses in jail. Then now the jails is gonna be even more overcrowded.
Right.
Because
And jails ain't helping them with that mental illness. That their mental illness, most likely it'll get worse, you know?
yeah, because if they ain't getting the proper, sometimes they ain't even getting the proper meds they supposed to be getting when they are incarcerated. So again,
Right.
even when they go through, or that's just like saying if you going through the island, you might get something you need during intake, but other than that, you
Right.
not gonna get nothing else after that. Not
Yeah, because
unless you get shipped off somewhere else.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure that could set off a mean anxiety attack. You know what I mean? Going to
Yeah,
Rikers Island, especially around this time, anytime really, but especially right now. You know what I mean?
word. Yo, Chief, what's going on? Mo, what's going on, baby? See y'all there.
Mo, salute.
hmm Nah, but it's the truth though, because I remember I had a situation where I watched the dude get he actually had to get transferred out of the island. I got
Yeah.
wrapped up in something, wrong place, wrong time, but they let me go my damn self after a couple of days. I was just like, I'm mad I even had to go through all that shit in the first place.
Right. Right. I
But
know exactly what you mean.
the nigga that was across from me, I'm thinking he on chill mode. He's like, yo, son. He's like, you look hella pissed off, but you look like you ain't here for something you ain't supposed to be here for. What's going on, bro? And then
Right.
when he
Right.
started shaking, I got a little bit defensive. I almost hit him. I was like, yo, what the fuck? You try to, he's like, no, I got Tourette's. I was like, oh shit. Like I ain't even peeping until he was like, nah. He was like, sometimes we're gonna be like that, but you cool, bro. Like you look like you already upset. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
damn,
Wow.
son. I said, you ain't getting your meds or nothing, bro. Because nah, the way he was moving, it wasn't the mild case of like he was really on it,
Well,
but
like an anxious
he
type
didn't
of
present it.
Okay.
Nah, because it wasn't the like it almost felt like violent shakes, but he still was calm. Like he was just like, nah, but you cool, bro. He said, it's just, I said,
Okay.
yo, bro, you good? I said, yo, you moving a little too heavy, bro. I said, I ain't want to have to hurt you. He was like, nah, bro, you good. He was like,
Right.
he said, I might be out of here soon anyway, man. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened? I'm like, you ain't getting the proper meds, nah, because you could tell like the facial expression, like one part of his face looked like he was smiling, but the other part looked like he was kind of sad, like damn, nigga, like I'm
Yeah.
in here and I can't even whatever I did, I can't even help it. Like, and I probably can't even get my meds. So now I'm yeah, I gotta be eerie in it. And these niggas was
Yeah.
tweaking the whole damn time I was in there.
Wow. Yeah. Him not having his meds probably threw him totally, off whack.
For those days, I'm gonna say for those 2 days, because I didn't see him the third day. I was
Okay.
out of there I'm gonna say I was out of there by Friday. He was out there before me, but I'm like those 2 days that he wasn't there, he was cool, but he was just like, I
Okay.
hope nobody don't fuck with me, like, cause I know how
Yeah.
they like to fuck with people like me, and I'm like, bro, like before I even said this, said, bro, like I don't think they gonna even get that stoop that low, bro.
Right.
They got other things to worry about, son. I was in the adolescence, so trust me, son. They was already wilding in there.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Which was in the four building?
C-74.
See, oh my God.
They was in there wilding. But I
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
but homie, the only thing I was surprised because that was the truth. Before homie got transferred out to wherever he got transferred to, ain't nobody fuck with him.
right. Yeah, hopefully he went home, or they might have took him to like the MO dorm or something. Think they got MO dorms in every building, but I know C95. That's where they take a lot of them, and some of them be faking. Because I used to work. I worked in make sure they don't hang up or whatever. Some of them dudes be faking, but a lot of them be really twisted. You know what I mean? I seen some real things in there that I was like, wow.
Yeah. No doubt, Liz. I see you in there. I
Yeah,
didn't even
but
know you was live. I didn't get a notification, did I? I didn't get a notification. Why I got one for Papa Will? Man, man, I'm starting to hate these notifications. Notification game sucks. I'm sorry. Nah, but hopefully it did, because
yeah, yeah.
you know,
Like
because
you said, the mental illness it's definitely nothing to play with. And you got a lot of people that's walking around that don't even know that they might be suffering a slight mental illness or something like that. Just like a lot of people are running around here with physical ailments that they don't know about because they don't go to the doctor regularly. They get themselves checked out or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wait a minute, TX. Texas still has not many. See, look, see, some don't have that many. Some states got a whole bunch, but then you got those that are closing down. Major ones that could hold a lot of them. So now they
Right,
like look. Lisa said something about Bellevue. Bellevue was one of the biggest ones. Betty
right,
Ford Clinic, all that shit. There was a few spots that we know would have helped a lot of these people that are out here now.
right,
But they closed them down. And lack of funds, or they didn't care to even think to say, you know what, we could keep this shit open if we want to.
right. And that just leaves the individuals with mental illness just to roam, just to roam, and that's messed up.
That part too, they were supposed to be having that, and some of them are. Some of them they are supposed to have. Those type of people are supposed to have caseworkers, believe it or not. Because again, if they don't have no immediate people in particular that can actually care for them and fend for them,
Right.
y'all supposed to be fending for them. They still supposed to have a worker, still have a place to rest their head, and they supposed to be getting the proper treatments. Period.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody that maybe can schedule their appointments. Some of them get like some, like what's that, taxi, and
Yeah, they get
yeah,
yeah,
make sure they get to their appointments. They might have somebody call them on the phone, remind them. But a lot of these caseworkers, because I used to do security in a shelter, and a lot of these caseworkers, they're getting kickbacks, for putting these people up in places. So a lot of times, if you get a crappy caseworker, they'll send you anywhere. And to send someone, like say they send someone with mental illness to like a drug infested neighborhood, or one of those wild neighborhoods, sometimes those people just leave the apartment. You know what I mean?
facts.
They just leave the apartment and start all over. I've seen it happen. So some of them got these crappy caseworkers that's just there for the money, unfortunately, and they get kickbacks. They might get from the landlord. Landlord might give them about $200 if they could fill up, one of those buildings that they built it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing that's the sad part about it because man, if your heart is not in there to really help somebody, you shouldn't be a part of that job in the first place. This
I
is a
agree.
problem that's wrong with society now. And this is why I
Right.
said we need to start pushing a lot of these youth, especially the young ones that feel like they want to make something big of themselves. You want to
Yeah.
get to the main money. You don't think getting money, it's not just about making the money, right? It's more about you really want to help somebody. You claim you want to do the right things. You want to help your
Right.
community. That's one way to help. If you
No, it
know you
is.
can get into that field, you know you got the time, patience, and you can really help somebody do it.
Right. And you can also start as just a volunteer. Sometimes they hire you.
Yeah. I've seen some people do it, especially
Yeah.
out here. Like, you know what? If y'all need, volunteers or shoot, even if they done got hired, sometimes you might not even be a volunteer. You get hired right there, like, yo, we looking for some people. Yo, you think you able to
Absolutely.
deal with this? Even if it's just cleaning. I watched one of those homes or them facilities. They had a whole bunch of different people in there working one day. You got the ones that are literally taking out all the garbage. You got
Right.
those who are doing the laundry, doing whatever, cooking, preparing, you know, making sure these ones getting their meds, so on and so forth. Then plus, of course, you got security and all of that. Nicole, what's going on, baby? See you in there. Definitely see y'all in there. That's the sad part about it.
Right.
Like, I wouldn't even fathom the notion of, you know what, if I'm gonna house you, I'm gonna let you be in charge of your money. I'm gonna
Right.
just take whatever money is owed to me for the rent.
Yeah.
And that's it. And if you
Yeah.
end up broke, that's just on you. You have to wait till the next month.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see,
Some
some
of
of
them.
them,
Yeah.
they
Some of
let
them
them
that's
do that.
smart. They do that, like you said. That's right.
Nah, some of them are smart because they be like, okay. I've
Yeah.
seen one or two where they tell them, well, we don't have control of their money. Because I remember one lady came up there, because I used to go visit certain people that was working in these facilities. And one of them was
Okay.
like, yo, he was like, yo, bro, I was in here weak the other day. I said, what happened? He was like, bro, I'm about to go on my lunch break. He said, before I could even clock out, he said, that shit got spicy in there. I said, what you mean? He said, homegirl came in there spazzing. I'm about to try to get to Better Business Bureau. Y'all niggas over here taking my such and such money and
Mm.
this, and the third. And he was like, first of all, Miss Con, she was going all the way up. Nah, you're not going to sit here. He done already told me this, that. First of all, half of the people that was sitting in the front when she was spazzing out,
Right.
the way they was laughing, they was like, yo, he really tried it. Like, he
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
tried it.
Right.
So now they turned around. They had to break it down. They're like, first of all, we don't have no control over his money. If
Right.
anything, the only thing we get is the money that we getting for housing him. Other than that, we don't take his money. His money is freely his. So if he's broke, that's on him. I don't know what he told you, but we
Yeah.
not doing that. We got all of this and showed them paperworks and all that shit. They really wasn't for the shits. He was like, yo,
Yeah.
bro, you mean to tell me? He was like, damn, son. He was like, it's crazy. He was like, you rare going to get one of them that's really going to lie like that. They taking my money.
So he was trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I see what
he
you
was
mean.
one
Yeah.
of those to a degree. Like, you can't pull a fast one like that, bro. And you can,
Yeah, he probably
oh,
spent his money fast. You know what I mean? Tricking or whatever, you know what I mean? Probably spent it so quick. Probably thought somebody stole it.
man, nah, he talking about, so, oh, they taking my money for rent. They ain't letting me, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, he was like,
Wow.
bro, I think they transferred him somewhere else after that. He's like, we can't
Right,
have
right.
somebody like you here because you gonna sit here and you gonna lie like that. Well, knowing this was the first thing we even said, we ain't in charge of your money, and we are
Yeah.
not. We not going to be held responsible if you spend or do whatever with your money. I got nothing to do. We got nothing to do with that.
That's true, yeah. As long as that rent
Yeah.
is paid, Jack.
Yeah. Nets, what's going on, baby? I see. See, that's the thing. Like, see, certain states is different, but you just said that the group homes do not have to be licensed in Texas, so anyone can open a group home. See, there's certain things. It's always loopholes to something, but it's always in specific states. And that's the sad part about it. You don't want to have to end up hurting somebody again.
Right.
But it's like they shouldn't be closing down a lot of these facilities when they know for. I feel like this: if some of y'all already going through it to where you are basically in control of these people's money, it's not hard to fucking house these people and make sure they got the proper things they need. I can tell
Yeah.
you where some of their money go to, even when they do get paid. They will. I'm telling you, they will be in that store nitpicking instead of going grocery shopping and doing shit.
Okay. Are you talking about residents
Yeah,
buy,
I'm telling you.
buying buying little stuff they really probably don't need? You know what I mean?
Frankie, what's going on, bro? Yeah, bro. I done seen one pop up, son, one of my hoods, son. Because I'm telling you, we got one in my hood, even though before they went under new management and shit.
Okay.
This one used to be coming back and forth in the store every day for coffee, bagel. I'm talking about throughout the whole day.
Right.
Coffee, bagel with cream cheese, and something else. Come back for juice. Nigga, buy a pack of cigarettes. I'm like, damn, didn't you just buy a pack of cigarettes this morning?
Right.
Like, yeah, yo,
Yeah.
it's crazy when you got those out there. I've seen one go through a whole
Yeah.
pack, come right back in the store. Not even. I'm like, yo, bro, you was chain smoking. There's no way.
Right, right. They got to manage their money better. And then you got some, like you said, that's in and out the stores all day. And then when they run out, our kids start giving them a little credit, tripling up on the credit or doubling up on the credit.
Yeah,
And as soon as they get their money, they owe it all the op. And it's just like a cycle. So some of them that get caught up in that cycle, and especially if you get a monthly income and you get too low in debt, that's like you can
yeah,
never get out. You can never ever get out unless you get lucky and run into some money.
big facts.
And I
That's
know
why I
that's
was.
stressful. That got to be stressful where somebody say, "Dag, man, I'm about to run into $800 at the end of the month, but I owe it all out." That's stressful alone.
Big facts. Hold on, is that brother vomit? Brother vomit, what's going on, man?
Can you hear me?
Don't try to blame. Yeah, don't blame me for your shenanigans, bro. You gonna say, "Damn," like I did it. I told you I released my powers the other day.
Nah, that shit ain't released, bro. Every time I hit your go into your live, bro, I get throw up on me. So it's something, bro. Mhm.
I did
That's
nothing.
that's the residue of the link, bro.
Oh man,
Yeah, but
the kind.
I wanted to kind of touch on this too because you know that's kind of what that's what I'm doing. Who start? I got a transition home up here, and you even like when we intake people, we got to be kind of careful. There's so many variables involved, you know, especially like with the homeless, you know, having mental illnesses. Like I can't put, you know, I can't really house mentally ill people um,
Oh,
because
wow.
it's a danger to other people that's in the home. You know, even if
Oh, okay.
we have
Yeah.
yeah, even when we have people monitoring them, it's still a danger for them and for the other people. So I mean, it's like even when I got into it, bro, it seems so simple, but it's complex, man. Um, because it's levels of even the mental illness. You know, some
Right.
people can take medication and be, you know, stable, but the ones who not stable, even with medication, um, and then how stable are they even on the medication? I mean, it's like Letitia knows she work in the hospital, but it's levels to the mental illness, and then
Right.
even the homelessness. A lot of them is you know veterans, bro. A lot of like in Michigan, I know a lot of the homeless people are veterans, and like they suffer from mental illness. You put
Yeah.
people in homes, they run away from the homes, even if the home is in good condition. So sometimes, it's unfortunate to say, it's all on the person too. You know, but
That's true.
But when you don't reach out and help people, then it's people out there who really need help. But it's just you have to. I hate to say it, but you have to be selective with it. You
Right.
know. But what I would say is, I think families need to need to get more involved. Um, some people don't have families, but when they do, I mean, you got to get involved. I mean, from a young
That's
age,
true.
because you know, when kids have mental illness, I mean, when you see the adults have mental illness, that stemmed from when they was kids. So you get them help when they kids, they be more functional as adults. You know,
Yeah.
so like everything, the problems that we have. I hate to say this, unfortunately, a lot of the older people we can't help, but we can learn how to help the young people. You know, and that's I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
should be the main focus is the youth. You know, um,
No, that's
um,
so true. Do you think it gets like twisted like when because it seems like a lot of people are out for money. You know, it's just money, 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 money. Like some people would take care of you if they're getting a nice paycheck, nice even with family. But if nothing's coming in financially, it's like they don't even care. So you think money plays a big part in people's decisions to care or not?
I think it's a factor, and then like I said, it's on the person too. Because even if I've seen people who was getting a nice paycheck and they still wasn't taking care of their family right. You know what I'm saying? Still wasn't
Wow.
doing.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why I say there's a bunch of variables involved, and the
That's
more
true.
power you
That's
get to
true.
the state, you know, the more power you get to the state, um, the less power you have and the less things you can do. So I mean, like I said, this is a double-edged sword. It's a complex problem.
Right.
It truly is. Like, especially when but I think if you focus, and I hate to say this, but I mean, you can't solve everything at once. But if we focus on the homeless people who are able, you know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of what
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
doing. Because after we get them in the homes, we hook them up with programs so they can get back on the is a transition. So these
Mm.
are
Yeah.
Yeah.
for homeless people, you know, people getting out of rehab, like addicts, people who basically need a second chance. So
Right.
um, with that, you know, you get them back on their feet, and then let them fly. I
Yeah.
think that's one. I mean, that part we can fix. The other part, I think, as we fix that, we'll come up with more creative ways to solve the other problems. But at least that's taking a portion off. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yes.
it ain't gonna solve the problem, but it'll buffer it. You know.
Yeah.
Um, so
The
I
reason
think.
why
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah, the reason why I asked how do you combat it only because, like I said, and even as far as the adults, we know you can't fully help the adults like that. Some you can help because some of them really probably might just be having a episode if they ain't got the right meds. But like you got to bring awareness too because how do you identify those ones from those who are severely like that shouldn't be out? Because some could be in society. I've seen some adults in society. Like if they don't got their meds, yeah, they could be almost as volatile as the high rated ones. But then you got those when they in check, they ain't got to worry about nothing that's really much. And if they feel bad, they'll let you know. You'll listen. I might need to go to the hospital. What's going on? I might need to go to the hospital. Just please take.
Right.
So you got to be mindful because again, some people ain't. They not like some might not really be aware of what's going on. That's why I said, how do you identify those ones and how do you combat it? Because you don't want to again, you don't want to take that chance. You might end up hurting somebody or possibly killing somebody. What if that person was a war vet or a war hero? We not even notice of it. We just happen to
That,
get into a situation. That's what I'm saying. We got to
That's
definitely
true. Yeah.
identify those. They see
yeah,
what's going
and
on,
then
baby. You doing on that beat? Marlene, what's
you
going
see
on,
what
baby? See y'all in here.
and then that too. That's a whole nother variable too.
Yo, yo.
Peace.
What the hell happened? Word, what
I
did you
don't,
just talking?
no, no, that was the brother. It seemed like he got stuck
No,
or
I'm
something. I
saying
don't know.
he done muted himself again, didn't he?
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. By
Juju
mistake. He
knew
probably
that
he
beat.
probably talking. He talking too. Yeah.
Brother Word, I'm gonna need you to unmute your mic, good brother. I thought it was me for a second. That's why I stopped because one time it kicked me out my own damn live stream. I don't know why. Don't ask why, but Lovey, what's going on, baby? Definitely
Right. And
appreciate y'all for tuning
yeah, and I wanted to say another thing too. A lot of I think we was talking earlier about saying that these people having the wrong people that's looking after them because a lot of these homeless people with mental illness is very vulnerable. Very vulnerable people. A lot of them don't know how to articulate themselves properly. They might not be educated on certain things, so that leaves them vulnerable for people to just take advantage of them.
in. Yeah. But see, with me, I've always been able to tell when somebody is, on the other side of the spectrum when somebody's just playing like they crazy. And
Right,
some
right,
people
right.
think yeah, because that part right there, I do believe sometimes they try to use that to advantage. But then you got some that we know for a fact, okay, he really serious about this shit. He's trying to
Yeah,
be confrontational. What do I do here?
right.
you know, and you don't want that shit. No, let me guess. Thing number two got you again.
no, man, for some reason my phone like after a while go into that black mode and it dropped me off. It
Oh
ain't
yeah,
used
Oh,
to do it. I don't know. It just
mine
started
do
doing
that.
that.
Mine do that sometimes too. I don't know if that the phone overheats or what, but sometimes mine does that too. It just shuts right off.
Yeah, it just yeah, it go to like the lock screen. I'm like, hold on. Like I heard y'all like, oh, he must have not looked. I was in the chat. I wasn't even on the panel no more.
Oh
I
wow.
gotta watch my phone. I'm outside smoking. But yeah, I like you said, combating. I think one of the steps we can take is start identifying. I mean, I'm not saying throw away the older people, but I'm saying like the younger people. That's what we have. I mean, that's what we can. I feel effectively have a positive impact if we focus and help the youth to prevent them from getting where the older people at now. The
yeah.
older people, like I said, I ain't saying, but like I said, anytime you got a problem like this, man, it can't just be one division. You got to take it from multiple angles. So just like we sitting here talking about a solution for the younger people, we need people talking about focusing on the older people.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think a lot of the problems, that's how they got to be solved with not just um, like in multiple angles, like the military. Even if you talk about the army, they got different branches of the army. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we got to have more. I think a militant approach um, solving a lot of can solve a lot of these problems.
I agree.
Juice, what's going on, baby? See y'all in here. MLW, what's going on, bro? Definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in. I didn't know how long I was going to run with this, but after seeing that earlier, that's why I was like, well, damn. How do you see? I was able to assess a situation, even though it wasn't me going through the situation. I was like, yeah, I said he ain't got no sneakers on his feet, no shirt on, even though it ain't cold right now, but it looked like it's about to rain on my end now. But I'm just like, when it was hot as hell earlier, I'm like, yeah, he definitely gonna, yeah, this ain't gonna be a good look. I said, because it could have went either way, but he managed to walk away. But then when he came back again, I'm like, oh man, how do you
Right.
stop a situation like that when the person just keep coming back and you know for a fact that like those are the ones that need to be housed because
Right.
they're gonna definitely be a volatile issue.
Hey, but you want to hear something crazy, bro? We had like I told, I worked at the hospital for 15 years, right? And every time I pulled up, for like, and I'm not over exaggerating, probably for about 7 years, when I pull up, you know, off the ramp, it was these two brothers. You'll see one of them either day. And then a couple years later, it was a young girl with them. So, every time I had change or something, I gave it to them. And then, I'm watching the news one day, bro, and see these motherfuckers was rich, bro. And they used to walk from their suburban house to the side of the freeway dressed in dirty, bummy clothes, taking people, people donating, giving them money. And these motherfuckers was rich. That shit
Fucking
was
crazy.
crazy, man.
I don't just even see how you even think to get that devious to even do that anyway, man. When you got people who are actually out here fucked up and be needing it,
Bro,
that's
look, the
never
devil is
done.
real. The devil is real. It just don't look like you think it do. These motherfuckers evil, bro. I'm telling you,
Right.
the shit people do, the way people think, you can't tell me that ain't the devil, bro. It just don't look like you think it do. Uh, okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Yeah,
Nah, that's
that's what
what's
I'm
going
saying.
on, man.
People are just the most fucked up thing you can think. Somebody either did it or will do it.
Right.
That's just
If
what it
you
is, bro.
listen, if you plan on doing, I could just tell you this for future references, and I don't care who feel the type of way about it because I stand on it. If you thinking of delving that deep, you smoke rocks. Wait, let me put this up for fair use. You smoke rocks. Rocks, 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 rocks. If you think you're fucking going down that route and that's supposed to be cool, when you really have people who are suffering from these type of damn
Hmm.
traumatic issues, and you want to pan on that, that's not fucking cool. Because that could be somebody in your family. Or if it is somebody in your family, you really don't give a fuck if you go on that look.
Man,
That's
think
crazy.
about people who lie about the death of their children. I know people who did that shit. They get a day off work to get time. Like, hold on, bro. Like, you sick? Something wrong with you? Lie and say their kids died, bro. That's so they can get 3 days off work. Like, where they do that at?
I ain't gonna
Like,
hold you.
is that
I seen
mentally ill?
I've
Like,
seen
I'm
one
serious.
person lie. I've seen one person lie about their child's death, right? Here's something, here's a twist though. Why a couple weeks later their child actually did die.
Oh
And
man.
yeah, so imagine
Gotta
imagine
gotta be
having to
careful.
explain that to your boss after you just explained that to your boss. Hey, wait a minute, hold
You got another kid. You got another kid. You know, my
Mm-hmm.
foster kid. Yeah, you gotta be careful what you ask for, man. What you put in the
Hmm.
atmosphere. You know.
Facts is you'll get it.
I don't play with that. I don't play with my babies. But
Yeah.
that this is a good topic, bro, because this is something that we can actually uh, do in our home. We can
Yeah,
check on our family. If we got homeless family members,
that's
this
true.
is just bringing awareness to it. Like, hey, maybe I should do something. Maybe I should get the family together and do something because it's a
Right.
problem. you know,
Try,
and
try to
that's
help them
why.
in some type of way. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I like, our circle because we come together and we have these conversations, not only, to entertain one another, be in each other's presence, but to actually have an impact on the individual lives. And that's how change occurs. Change gonna
Yeah.
start from the home. Once we start in the home, then it'll leak out to the community. But we all here sharing building. These are things need to be talked about.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That was the crazy part though about it though. Because I thought about it, I said, wait a minute. So not even that you just got time off work, you was also getting donations from people, and then come to find out nothing was wrong with your child until it actually something went wrong with your child. So
Right.
now it's like now you done put yourself in a volatile situation. Like damn, like you got to be mindful of that. Because then now think about it, that money you just got, if you didn't save that shit, now now
Funeral.
how you was paying for your child funeral, how you was even going to be at least somewhere where you could say, all right, even if I got to do this and cremate my
Right.
child, I got like you didn't think
'Cause
about all that.
them funerals cost, man. Them funerals cost.
Facts.
Casket is like a brand new car, man. You know what I mean?
That's a whole nother fact right there. You like, yo, bro, this you can't be asking for this much for this.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. I see some caskets, man, up in the thousands, man. I'm like, what the? It's like you pay to be born, you pay to die. It's money, money, money.
That's all facts. Cause
Yeah,
it's just
it's
very.
all money. My uncle, he used to call an ambulance, right? He used to call it a what do you call it? A high price cab because the
Mhm.
money that they take away from your insurance, you know.
Mhm. That's what you gotta pay. The average
Yeah.
ambulance right here with insurance, you still pay, I think, like 65 a mile,
Wow. Isn't that something?
Yeah,
even
because
with
I
insurance.
think it's like $1,000 or
Ooh.
almost 1,200.
Yeah. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
crazy.
hey, cause cosmology, I appreciate you, bro. I heard all good. I didn't get a chance to really check you out yet, but everybody I know speak highly of you. And
Yeah.
hopefully one day we can do a build together, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know.
I'm totally with it. Yeah, definitely.
I don't know if you know my channel, but you can invite me over there. Or, you always welcome to come. I'm on every night. I'm about to go on now though, but yeah, I
Okay.
definitely want to link up with you, bro.
Okay, definitely, definitely. I'll definitely make my way over there for
All right,
sure.
you have a good one. Nate, I'll see you in a minute. Nate jump
Yeah.
off?
By mistake, I thought that was you jumping off. I'm looking at the avatar. I'm like, yo, that's not, yeah. I get
I
he'd probably
thought,
be right back. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But I said to myself, I said, yo, I gotta make my way over here to the brother Nate. I did the other brother, I can't remember his name, but yeah, I think that showing YouTubers more love, showing each other more love, and giving our opinions and our positive insights, it can make a difference. It can definitely make a big difference.
And I think, I mean, it's more like, when I came on here, I didn't really see the sector. I was somewhere else, but I found
Yeah,
my way over. I think more people like me will do. That's what's happening. So,
right.
um,
Because there's
I
some
think,
really
like,
really good people over here.
oh yeah, we got this circle over here. It's wonderful, bro. I mean, they invited me over. They welcomed me warm. Like I said, all the people. They cool, good vibes. Good
Yeah,
conversations. We
yeah,
laugh, we giggle. It ain't no drama. So that's what I'm
right.
all about. I ain't got it in my real life, and I ain't about to come on here for it, bro.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They was talking about the other day how you got to come on YouTube with a character and all of that. And I said, nah, you could come on YouTube and be your real self. Those people who don't respect you for being you, then you just don't fool with them.
Right. bro, I had my mama, my daddy, my sisters, everybody. Like I'm me, bro. I ain't about
Right,
to do
right.
all that. I can't
You
do
gotta
all
hide.
that.
You ain't gotta hide nothing, or you don't gotta like fake the funk about nothing.
I'm transparent, bro. I ain't like I said. I ain't beefing with nobody. That shit for the birds, bro. I don't beef in real life. It's war or peace, peace.
Right.
I'm
I
beefing with
respect.
all y'all niggas. I'm beefing with all y'all niggas, man. First of all, I got a problem with y'all niggas. How y'all gonna tell me? How y'all ain't tell me it's $1,500 for the damn ambulance service, man? What's wrong with y'all? So I got a
I
problem.
You just Google it.
Yo,
You
I
No,
didn't know it
Google
was that. I didn't know it was that much, but I knew it was high. It was up there somewhere.
no, I was
Shit.
laughing. It's certain no, because I said, wait. So you mean to tell me you almost had to pay almost $1,500 when you calling for the ambulance service to take you to the hospital, right? Especially if
Wow.
you're having an emergency. And then
Yeah.
imagine if you had prime example, let's say if you had a panic attack, but you thought something was really going on. You done call for the ambulance. You gotta pay for that shit. And I'm like, damn, son, like that's crucial.
Yeah. Almost two stacks. Yeah.
Fact. Just for that, man, listen, you might as well get me in the shopping cart and haul my ass to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
cheaper.
Especially, especially if the hospital is like 10 blocks from your house or something. 10, 15 blocks, man. It's like that's like what, like a G a block, man. I mean, like a hundred a block.
or But then again, they be trying to get there in light speed because them niggas be, man, listen, they be
Yeah.
speedboating through these lights.
Yeah. That's
Oh shit,
crazy.
chocolate drip drop. Oh shit. What's going on, baby?
Yeah. Yeah, but there's definitely a good conversation. And I think if they was to do better with the homelessness and the mental health, it probably would definitely lower the crime rate, because I don't think everyone that's homeless with mental illness is criminals, but a lot of them probably out there trying to survive, doing petty crimes and stuff, breaking into cars, and that just sets them back even further because now they got a case, they on Rikers Island, stressed out, not getting the proper help or nothing. So
Yeah.
I agree, something has should be done. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, and the sad part about it, everybody is focused on the wrong shit. Instead of saying, you know what, all right, we need to definitely have this type of talk because it is becoming too prevalent. Then again, some of these people again will end up attacking not just adults, they attack kids too, especially again if they ain't supposed to be out in the streets around people, they should be
Right.
housed.
Yeah, they had something recently, probably could Google it. Where I don't know if it was in Brooklyn or somewhere, but it was a guy smacked the little kid in the back of the head. You heard about that? I think that happened about 2 weeks ago.
I gotta I gotta look that up because I ain't gonna hold you, man. My own
Yeah.
hood been hot. So I'm telling you, my own hood becoming confident again. So
Wow. Yeah.
crazy, right?
Yeah. And they building those new luxury buildings, man, everywhere in the hood. So I mean, I know that don't make certain people feel happy. You know what I mean? They're running people out the neighborhood. So
Facts.
a lot of that plays parts in it too, man, because where you running these people to, you running them out their neighborhood, building these luxury buildings and all of these
Some
new
of them ain't
gourmet
even luxury.
stores. Tom?
Some of them ain't even luxury buildings. A lot of them supposed to be either low income housing buildings, which ain't low income at all, because you still might have to be paying more than a stack just for even for a studio.
Yeah,
Sometimes
no,
it can
that's
go
true.
further. If you're going for a 2 bedroom, that shit could be man. Listen,
Yeah,
that's
because
half
I
of
didn't.
it. It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, yeah, because my homeboy was telling me, he said, and I remember seeing it when they first came in. Like you said, it was low income. Now, when you look on the buildings, it say affordable housing.
Yeah,
So my man was telling me, he said affordable housing is different from low income. Affordable housing is, if you get a certain amount of money or something like that. But he said it's different. A lot of people didn't realize how they snuck that in there, affordable housing. So these buildings
fact.
that you think might be for certain people, they got these people, these wealthy people moving up in there. You know what I'm saying? Right across the street from the projects. I ain't understand that. I didn't understand that.
From
Doorman and
what I was
everything.
hearing, word, from what I was hearing, they had two separate websites. It
Okay.
was one was for Housing Connects. I think that's for these new, but I think that one was for the lotteries for some of those new
Yeah,
buildings that they built. And then the
that's
other
true.
one is for the low income, but it's like, nigga, you first advertise the low income ones because of most of them posts that people seen, especially around the city. I was seeing them in all five boroughs.
Yeah,
Um, room, I mean, apartments could start from 550 or 700 depending on what's what. I was like, see, that's not bad for some people because prime example, if
right,
you can basically only afford rent wise anywhere between that to 1,000, some people could probably afford 1,000, especially in two checks. But then for those who can't, you should be able to work with whatever they dealing with because some people might be going by, they might not have a set schedule. So
right.
they can be getting paid by however many hours they work for the week. If they only
That's
working
true.
30 hours out the week, and let's say if they all getting the 15, you working 30 hours out the week, minus whatever taxes you taking out, okay. If you getting
Yeah,
paid every week, you good. But if you getting paid bi-weekly, like every 2 weeks, come on.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And what if you're working off the books? You know what I mean? That's even you up in the shelter, you're getting paid, you're working every day, but they tell you
Fact.
since it's off the books, we can't really do nothing for you. That's crazy.
Yeah, they not thinking about the different situations that occur. But I'm just like, but you want to sit here and say, well, this is a yeah, I'm telling you, been so much going on out here. I'm like, part of me really thinking at some point I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here because I can smell something else happening. And I'm just not gonna be able to conform to this shit. Sorry,
Yeah.
just
What
not
you
gonna
mean?
be a baby. Like
What you mean moving out of New York?
facts.
Oh, say word. You got anywhere in mind? Uh,
Shit, with me, I can go damn near anywhere. I'm usually about good, but I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
saying, I could land anywhere when I decide to land somewhere.
right,
But I want to make sure I'm at least, uh, well, I want to make sure most of my shit is in order. And even if I don't leave New York, I'm just, I'm getting the fuck out of Brooklyn at least.
I
Shit
feel
getting
you.
crazy, at least down there, shit getting crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't want to have to be the next person talking about some, yo, can y'all help me out? I need a cash app. Should be, I'm
yeah,
locked up, nigga, help.
yeah. I
Like,
need, I need a bell. Yeah, I got need that bell money, y'all. I need that bell money.
Nah, they gonna be like, nigga, how the hell you get one in jail? Shoot, the same way the other niggas got one in jail. I got help. Like,
Uh-huh.
nah, but
Salute to the chat.
that conversation was gonna happen though.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Hold on 1 second. So, is this coming
Okay.
from? This is coming from my job. Yeah, I ain't worried about that.
Yeah, I remember that Corona first hit, man. Downtown was crazy. Manhattan. It was like that. Then they're tripping over people in the street. It was so crazy.
Yeah,
I remember that. Downtown Brooklyn too was kind of crazy a little bit.
yeah, but man, listen, I went downtown recently, and damn near half of the spots I remember that was down there at least last year ain't down there no more.
It was
I'm
shut
like,
down,
man,
right?
they taking out everything. They
Yeah,
de-gutting everything, and then even the spots that I knew for a fact was spots to hold these, they de-gutting it. I'm like, well, damn, where y'all giving these people options to go to then?
right. That's a fact. Yeah. Yep. So
Oh,
some of them they're kicking out. They don't. I was on the train one day and I heard dude talking to his girl, and they was trying to go into the shelter. They had like two kids, and for some reason they got denied. And I was like, wow, man, how can they deny a person with two kids? I'm like, that's crazy.
You'd be surprised what the fuck they do nowadays, man. I'm telling
Yeah,
you. It's just the way this shit is moving. You be like, yeah, okay. This is a little bit too much now.
yeah, it's definitely becoming. It's been a problem, but it's becoming more of a problem. Now they're bringing all these people into the country. They're talking about they got no more space for them. They're turning, people who've been here all their life, they're turning them away from shelters. So I hope it don't get crazier, but
Yeah, we'll see though.
yeah, yeah, we'll see. I said, pray for them, and but that's good. We had this conversation, man, and I tell people, you can help out. You can do something. You can't do if you can't do a lot, you can't do it all, but you can do a little something. Like you said, volunteer. Maybe a homeless person. When you're on your way to work, maybe you could take them a sandwich every once in a while or whatever. A little, some juice, some water. Something. Give a person some type of motivation. Maybe some words of wisdom.
Facts. You never know who going through what, but you know,
Right. And
see this.
I'm pretty sure they go through enough out there alone. People probably mistreating them, picking on them, stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure they go through enough. You know what I mean?
Facts. They do, and this is something that I've seen. You be like, oh man, why go through it?
Yeah.
Like, but I think I'm gonna try to do this probably. I could bring this topic up sometime tomorrow. Let me see how this pans out. Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
no,
Definitely.
can't do that. I'm gonna try to do that Friday. I forgot. I'm
Friday.
bringing
Okay.
back poetry night tomorrow. I forgot. Oh,
Okay. What time
I
you coming
almost
on
forgot
tomorrow?
about it. Tomorrow night, poetry night. I'm probably gonna do that. Probably gonna do that like around 9.
Nah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Remember Deaf Poetry Jams? That was my
Yeah,
favorite. Yeah.
big facts. But everybody gonna get that morning wake and bake anyway. So
Right. Right. You know that. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Good conversation, man. Thanks for having me. I want to say peace to you and peace to the chat, man. I'll see y'all guys tomorrow.
no doubt, bro. You already know. Anytime the panel open, you're more than welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate you. Peace.
All right, no doubt, bro. Shout outs to Cosmology Bay, definitely for popping up. Shout outs to the word. I think he's live now, so y'all already know. We about to raid somebody's live, as always. This is a good topic of conversation, and definitely we gonna have some more people pulling up on that. Um, if you haven't done so, y'all already know, hit the like button. Definitely gonna do this again. Um, give or take, I'll probably do this part 2 Friday. So, well, we definitely about to go show Brother Word some love over there. So definitely, if you haven't done so, y'all already know where to go to. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay game. Shout outs to the shadow watchers that was in here. Y'all already know what it is. And for everybody that was in attendance, y'all already know love is love and it will be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I can do is give you real. And that's all I'm gonna do is bring you real topics and real situations. Because again, I don't know how everybody else is doing it, but I ain't doing it. We'll definitely be back in here in the morning though. Definitely do that. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we back again. But yeah, we definitely gonna show the word some love. So I'll see some of y'all over there. Definitely a good conversation tonight. Y'all stay safe. Keep your third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.